Sulaiman from Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
So, Sheikh, last week when I was going to the masjid, I think it was Maghrib or Asr. So I went like as soon as the adhan was called, and I was after praying Tahiyatul Masjid, I sat in the first row, like right beside where the muezzin stands, right? So right before the prayer was about to start, an old elderly man came and said like that I should move a bit to the side because these spots are for the elderly people, like right behind the imam. So he made me move, and is like, is this true? He said it's from the Sharia.
First of all, unfortunately, a lot of the people who run the masjids, and especially the uncles, are ignorant imbeciles. They have no knowledge of Islam. All what they have is their white beards, their age, and their authority. They think they have the right to impose upon others. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, in the hadith, لِيَلِنِي مِنْكُمْ أُولُو الْأَحْلَامِ وَالنُّهَى. Those who have sound minds and intellect should be behind me. And that was addressed to the companions. So they were ordered to be behind the Prophet ﷺ in case he made a mistake, in case he needed a substitute, not to any Tom, Dick, or Harry. And most likely the elders who insist on coming behind the Imam, yet they fail to come early. So they come at the last moment, they cross people's shoulders, jump on them, so that they go to the first row behind the Imam or next to the Mu'adhin and insist that this place is mine. Ya akhi, show me your deed. Show me your certificate that says that this place is in your name. This is Allah's house. You have no right to reserve it. And you have no right to deprive me, who I came early to the masjid, from this spot. Now, having said this, these ignorant uncles, is it wise to pick up a fight with them? They're loud, and probably they have filthy words they can use. And unfortunately, the hooligans in the masjid would back them up. So my friend, Allah knows your intention. Allah rewarded you for coming early and assuming this position. Skip a fight and just move away from his side if he doesn't want to listen to the sound of logic and the sound of Sharia. And the sad thing that he's relating it to Sharia when he doesn't even know what Sharia is. Just avoid fighting and such dispute in the masjid, and be the peaceful one. Rafin from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, if I join the Imam in his last rak'ah of Maghrib, but it is my first rak'ah.
I did not understand your question, Ya Rafin.
If I join the Imam in the Masjid in his last rak'ah of Maghrib, but it is my first rak'ah, so I have to get up. So he's going to sit up from his final sujood, so I have to follow him. Now, he's obviously not going to rise up from his sujood, but this is my second unit. So when I get up from sujood with the Imam, do I say Allahu Akbar while rising from sujood and say it again while standing up? Or do I only say it while standing up from the sitting position after the Imam gives salam?
When you are following the Imam, I did not understand your question, but I'll just say it. If the Imam is in the third rak'ah, and you say Allahu Akbar, you join him. He makes ruku', you make ruku'. He makes two sujood, you make two sujood. He sits for tashahhud. You also say Allahu Akbar and sit for tashahhud. And say the tashahhud with him, say the salutation with him, say all the du'as needed until he says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is when you stop following him and you say Allahu Akbar and you stand for your second rak'ah. You don't raise your hands. You just stand up saying Allahu Akbar. And you recite your Fatiha and Surah do your ruku' and sujood and sit for the first tashahhud. Then you rise saying Allahu Akbar while raising your hands for the third rak'ah, and you continue your salat as usual. Sam from Canada.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
My question is, if a person has a routine of making wudu after taking a shower, and then dhuhr time comes, and he's doubting whether he was in tahir, like whether his feet was washed, like whether he made wudu in the very start. When he knows he did, but he's always doubting whether he should wipe over the socks because he's not sure about whether he did the original state or not, which is like around after Fajr or around the Duha prayer, which is a long gap. So he's just, every time he's, like he knows he does wudu every time, but it's just when it comes to Dhuhr time, the part where he's about to wipe, he's just thinking, should I take it off just to be safe, or did I do it? I'm sure I did it. It is my routine. So what should a person do in this case? Jazakallah.
You tell me, Sam, tell me, what is the certainty here?
So he recalls having made wudu, but he's scared he may be wrong.
Is he certain he made wudu or doubtful?
It could be both.
No, it can't be. Either he's certain 100%, then certainty is not affected by doubt. Or he's 99.9% certain, which is not full certainty, therefore it's doubtful. When you have full certainty, doubt does not impact your certainty. But when you're not certain, then the default is that you have not done that and you have to do it. Julie from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
When a girl's mood swings are caused by hormones, is it a sin if she misbehaves with someone, for example, her father, mother, husband, etc.?
Is she accountable, yes or no?
Yes.
Then she's sinful. See, the one who is not sinful is the one whose the pen is uplifted. Who's the one that the pen is uplifted? A person who's insane. So if you're insane, no matter how bad you behave with or misbehave with your parents, you're not accountable. But if you're sane, you are a normal human being, justifying, but oh, I have this disorder in hormones and I may become impulsive, I may have rages. This does not take you off the hook. Sumaya from the UK.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My question is, last Sunday you said that a woman should wait for the white thread-like discharge, and even if she sees another discharge that is white, but some women see like their normal vaginal discharges before the white thread-like discharge, so I'm confused. Should they make ghusl based on the normal vaginal discharges, or they should wait for the white thread-like discharge?
A woman is pure from her menses if one of two signs of purity appear. One of two signs of purities appears. One, if she sees the white thread-like discharge that comes clear, no brownish or yellowish discharge associated with it, she can take immediate ghusl. If the bleeding stops and there is no colored discharge, but there is discharge that has no color, she has to insert a tampon, and if it comes clean without any colored discharge, this is her sign of purity. She can go and have ghusl. Raqib from Bangladesh. Raqib. Farah from India.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
My relative is filing income tax returns, Sheikh. However, there is no legal requirement to enter insurance details, loan information, or interest details just for the purpose of filing the returns. These details are only necessary if the person wants to claim deductions and reduce their taxable income. So, in order to reduce their taxes, he asks whether they have taken any insurance, loans, or paid interest only to reduce their taxes. Is this permissible, Sheikh?
There is no problem, inshallah, in filing any types of insurance or loans which are by default haram in order to reduce your taxes, which is also haram by the government to take from you. So using this in order to reduce your taxes is fine, but to have unnecessary, that is not obligatory insurance or to take an interest-based loan is haram and a major sin to begin with. Abdullah from the US.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
I'm a revert to Islam, alhamdulillah, and may Allah reward you for my reversion and all the good deeds you lead us to.
Alhamdulillah.
So I had a son, an unmarried non-Muslim. We were not married before I had reverted to Islam. Now that I am a proper Muslim, am I able to attribute myself to him? And is my wife, would my wife be like obligated to take care of him the same way that she would if he were her own son?
You're talking about your second or your wife that is not his mother, correct?
Yes, my wife, now that I reverted, she's not his mother.
The girlfriend you had this relationship and that son out of wedlock with, was she straight with you or was she having other affairs at the time? Abdullah?
It was only her and I. There was nobody else involved. And I gave him my last name and we did a biological test and everything just to triple check, make sure that he's mine. So yes.
Okay, so in this case, he is your son. As long as you accepted him and took him in, he's your son. However, your wife is not obliged at all to take care of him, to serve him, or to have any obligations towards him. He is her stepson, but there are no strings attached. And if she refuses that he lives in her home, that's her God-given right. She is entitled to that. You're ordered to find somewhere for him to live, or you can try to sweet talk her into accepting him in any way you can, but you cannot force that upon her, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. We have a short break. Stay tuned, and inshallah we'll be right back.